Hello and welcome. It is 10:30 on a Wednesday night, and it is time for, I believe, episode 8 of the Dredges. Let us move across to live stream, and yeah, everything seems to be working. Hellos and welcomes as usual. Hello, everybody in chat, either now live or um, watching on YouTube or on video on demand. Really appreciate you all being with us. Dredges is a really popular game and it's getting more and more popular by the moment. We'll be introducing a new player and character very soon as well. Um, we want to say a big thank you to Hero Forge. They have been very generous. So many of the character images are designed using Hero Forge. Sorry, I'm being distracted by Brooks. Anybody else not got video but got audio? I'm assuming Brooks now you can see me. So, where was I? I was talking about Hero Forge. Many of the character images are designed using Hero Forge, a wonderful way to create your own custom miniatures and get them 3D printed. You can find them at www.heroforge.com. Please note that anything mentioned on the stream may not represent the view or beliefs of Hero Forge, a Sky Castle Studios LLC product. Genuinely, it's an amazing website. You go and you can just create. I mean, you just need to look at the wonderful characters that we've got in our game tonight. All of these images have been created by that. You can get them 3D printed via Hero Forge. You'll buy the files and get them 3D printed yourselves. They even do coloured miniatures, so very recommended. Check them out. But as always, I always say this: there is no game without our players. So we'll do very quick introductions to our players and the characters that they are playing, because obviously the Untold Chronicle games that we run are only an hour and a half, and we want to dive straight into the action, and we've got a lot to cover tonight. So working from left to right, hello Jorkle. If you want to quickly introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Jorkal. I am a beast strider. I am also a warlock, and I also make sure that I have a good finger in all the dealings of the city of smoke.
Excellent
That's
stuff.
all from me. I think that's good.
Cheers. And then moving along, we have Minnie.
Hi. So Minnie is a tabaxi former seamstress. She is but she just arrived like in the middle of the battle, and now she's trying to get her bearings. And she did manage to snatch something that piques her interest. After, of course, helping cracking open that drawers.
Very nice. And then we move to David. Are you?
Sorry, I was on mute.
That's okay.
Yes,
I appreciate you
yeah,
being on mute, but not when you're talking. Go for it.
yeah. I'm David. I'm Jerry. I'm playing David today, the halfling life cleric who seems to be adept at getting himself into trouble.
It's a lovely character, one very, very much loved by chat. Then we move along to Clyde.
Hello, I'm Barry and I'm playing Clyde the Rogue today. And Clyde's main job in life at the moment is getting David out of trouble.
You've got your hands full there as well. And I want to say a big thank you to Barry / Clyde. He does some wonderful write-ups for what happened last session, and I will catch you all up on that write-up in a moment. Moving along, we have this character is one of my favourite characters out of all of the Untold Chronicles. Beautiful paid. We have DeFago.
Oh, thank you, Andy.
No.
So
Well, sorry, introduce yourself first, and I will
yeah,
wax lyrical about
I'm
DeFago in a minute.
I'm Michael. Michael the Grey online, and I play Defago, who is a ranger, but is also a Kenku, so has his sets of phrases and has to try and get people to understand him using set phrases.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody plays Kenku differently, but this is my perfect imagination of them, and the depth that Michael has brought to Defago is amazing. Kind of thinking of backstory and bringing in phrases from his backstory, so we're kind of learning about the character through these simple phrases, and it's beautiful to watch. So I'm very excited for that. And then, last but not least, we have Peptinus.
Hi, I'm Tom, Peptinus Brute, the halfling knowledge cleric who does his best to put himself between his friends and danger, although they don't always give him that opportunity.
But when you do it, you do it very well. And you've taught me a few things about the power of sanctuary over the last few episodes. Another great character. It's a beautiful group here. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go across to Clyde's very brief but recap on what happened on the last episode. Please go and watch it. It's all on video on demand on YouTube and the like. But for those of you who didn't, the captive, Belinda Book, is escorted back to the office at Crossbow Point, convinced the party are mercenaries from paradise and offering a mix of threats and bribes for her freedom. As Defago and Clyde await, Pectinus finishes his traditional prayers for the dead prior to some investigation. They are unaware that Dorvid has wandered off alone, heading still deeper into the complex alone. Dorvid is surprised by Maurice Hagen and pushed into the embrace of a hideous squid-like creature which engulfs his head and begins to squeeze the very life from him. Both Clyde's keen hearing and Pectinus's keen Dorvid sense detect a distant scuffle. Shouting a warning to Defago, they race off to help. A long-suffering Defago coshes Belinda unconscious and follows as they race towards the sounds of combat. Then, unexpectedly, a radiant sphere of energy divulges a tabaxi ahead of them, who amazingly is an acquaintance of Pectinus, who exhorts her and goes to Dorvid's aid. As the hideous dark mantle crushes the life from Dorvid and turns on Minnie, Clyde takes careful aim and finishes it off, only for Hagen to use Dorvid as a bargaining chip for his freedom. As Minnie, Defago and Clyde all wait for him to drop his guard, Pectinus brings Dorvid back to consciousness, and Dorvid immediately strikes Maurice Hagen dead, inflicting hideous wounds upon him. Clyde swears long and hard at Dorvid, and some recriminations follow as Minnie tries to get her head around what has actually happened. Back in the office, Clyde having lugged the Dark Mantle corpse behind him, the two rogues make short work of the desk and dresser. To be fair, the keys that they uncovered help, uncovering a large number of items, cash and paperwork. Grabbing these, Clyde prepares to flee and is surprised to find that some of the other members of the group are still busy in conversations. And that is where we are going to open up our scene tonight. I'm just opening up the map. We will focus in on this room here. Belinda Book, unconscious. Items found, items taken. I believe there were conversations going on, so feel free to roleplay.
1 second, I cannot see the map. Like, was the map open? Because I cannot see it from my end.
I've shared the map with you. If you were on the
Okay.
map previously, all you needed to do, if you go to your main character sheet, this is a good tip for Fantasy Grounds. Go to your main character sheet and you go to the token which is on the top right hand side. If you left click on that, it will open up where your token is to make it easier for you to find. But that is the map at the moment. As I say, feel free to role play. I think there is some things that Dorvid in particular wanted to say.
Yes, gentlemen, might I have a word in private? Miss, it's to midnight, is it?
Yeah. I mean, you can
Would
just
you
call me
be a dear
Minnie.
and Miss Minnie, would you mind keeping an eye on our prisoner? 2 minutes
Okay.
whilst I have a
I'll just drag her
brief
to this
chat
side
with.
of the room then, so that it'll be harder for her to, escape. Let me just drag her.
Okay. We'll not be a moment. Anyone wants to follow
DM,
Dorvid
how
out?
do I move the Belinda? I want to drag her.
Okay, well, she is unconscious. It's fairly easy to position her
Yeah, drag
wherever.
her to this. Yep, around here. Will do. Thank you.
Okay. So,
Dorvid will put his hood down and take off his mask, revealing a massive black eye, and it looks like he's been smashed in the face with a brick.
okay.
Gentlemen, if you have any words for me, then please get them now. But I can assure you, with a perforated eardrum and a broken orbital bone, and most of all, damaged pride, I've certainly learned my lesson, and now I won't be wandering off anytime soon. I can only apologise.
What were you thinking running off like that?
Curiosity just got the better of me. I'll endeavour to be better in the future, but I do appreciate you saving me. But on to maybe more grim matters. The dead gentleman. I may have a way of communicating with him. I'm not powerful enough to use such spells yet, but if we are able to keep hold of the body until I am powerful enough, then we may at least be able to get some answers from him. And all it would require is his head.
Hell yeah.
Would you mind Would you mind keeping
Pectinus sits down at
keeping
those
his head
words.
on?
Could you
Say that
do the
again, sorry?
same? Could you do the same with Belinda? Because she's like no spring chicken.
Well, I imagine so. If she was to pass from this mortal coil, I would certainly be for speaking. But yes, if we would have to keep her head in a cool place. So would you mind if we kept the head underneath your shack, the figure?
Hell yeah.
Not wishing to interrupt, Dorvid, but can you hear something? Was there anybody in any of those cells you wandered past?
I
Give
believe
me,
so.
yeah. You thought you saw movements amongst some of the cells. If you remember rightly, there was a strange creature in the lower cell, and then there were some eggs, and then you kind of saw something before you had jumped, but everything has happened so fast.
Yes. Maybe. Shall we go and investigate as a group?
Yes. Perhaps if you two more subtle folk want to move ahead, and we'll stay within a reasonable distance to assist.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah.
If
Defago
you
will
see
wave
anything
at
dangerous, back up to us again.
Defago will wave at Dorvid, and make a thumb motion back into the room we've been in, and then make a cutting across his throat notion and a shrug of his hands.
No, I don't think. I don't think she. I don't think she's a problem just yet. We'll give her a chance.
He waves, shakes his head, going meow, and makes a sleeping gesture and repeats the throat cutting.
Oh, right. Well, I think I've caused enough death for today. But if you want to inquire with the others,
To be honest, I think she might be useful, but isn't there another guard that Pectinus was tying up not long ago? He might have suddenly outlived his usefulness, I think.
DeFago shrugs.
I like
He
to
just
imagine Pectinus is very carefully trying not to listen to the conversation happening behind him
Oh,
as he
wow.
looks down the corridor.
Yeah, there's all sorts of mutterings about murder and about decapitation.
He's just stood with his eyes closed, facing away from them, scrunched up tight.
No! No!
I'm going
Yeah.
to go check that
No,
out.
someone's there.
Could
Hey.
some people come with me?
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
you wanna
so,
check out
you know.
the? I mean, if someone like wanna keep an eye on Belinda, I mean, I wanna explore this place.
hell yeah. And DeFago will make a gesture to go to the door.
Yeah. By the way, while I was waiting for them to finish their conversation, was I able to overhear anything from my end?
Give me a perception roll.
Yep, that's what I was hoping for. Yay! I love perception rolls.
Yeah, you. If you were actively trying to listen to what they were saying, they
Well, from
weren't
where I
being
am
particularly
standing,
quiet. So yes.
I can hear all of them, all the conversation, or just like partial.
You heard all of the conversation with the 14, yeah.
Right. Okay, Devago, right? That's your name.
Hell yeah.
Let's go exploring then.
No.
Um,
And he'll gesture towards Belinda and pull up a chair and put his feet on Belinda.
Kimura on Earth. Right. Off I
Hell
go.
yeah.
See you later. And Minnie's off to join the rest of the group.
Okay. So you are aware the noise that you can hear is coming from sort of this area here.
Try to catch up with Pectinus.
I think you're all moving together. I think you're not particularly racing each
Pectinus
other.
he's been just sort of slowly edging his way forward, looking over his shoulder to check that people are following.
Minnie was a bit running, like jogging toward Pectinus, trying to catch up. That's why she kind of like moved pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Clyde is going to head back into the room where DeFargo is,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to whip out his second mirror and say, I see you lost one of these. Maybe keep hold of this one.
Oh. Why'd you go running off like that?
Okay, so as you kind of come around this area here, you kind of see in this cell here, it's kind of a wooden door banded with iron, and there's one of those jailer slots, and this is where the noise is coming from. It's relatively easy to open the slot if you want to.
Minnie's gonna open the slot and
Okay,
peer inside. What did she see?
that's a very good question, Jorkel. Do you want to quickly describe what your character looks like? You might be still on mute at the moment, Jorkel. Hello, can you hear us?
Might be audio problem from his end. No output at all from, despite not muted.
Mhm. Okay. Well, you basically see, as we can see from the picture here, an individual appears to be sort of humanoid, kind of sitting, definitely sort of a prisoner, locked and trapped in this room.
I'm going to turn to Pectinus and say, ask him, do you reckon he's a threat? Or we could like try to free him?
I think if he was aligned with the people here, they would have let him out when Master Hagen was trying to make his escape.
I could try to open this door, I guess. Can I see whether
Yeah.
this door requires lockpicking or not?
Yeah, the lock would need to be picked. It is locked.
We cannot use the same key we found in the room just now.
My mute.
Oh,
There we
I
go.
can hear you now.
Ah, finally. Sorry about that. Looks like I had some mic problems.
Yeah, do you want to describe what your character looks like for them?
Yeah. So as the light starts getting more and more into the cell, you see what appears to be a male, kind of large. He's kind of just sitting in the corner of the room, just watching that entrance. You see long blonde brown hair. You see large body. You can't really tell the facial features, but you can see at least two piercing eyes that stare through that slot. And he goes, "Oh, that took a little longer than I thought. Pleasure to have you here. If I could please get out, it'd be wonderful."
may I know your name first?
Draw
Minnie, by the way.
if you may.
I'm
Pleasure to
Minnie.
meet you, Minnie.
Nice to meet you too. Right, let me see. Do you still have the key from that room for the drawer? See if it can work for this door as well. Pectinus?
I mean, do we have the key? Does Clyde have the key? I don't know who had it.
That's the thing, I kind of forgot who held the key last.
So, it's probably Clyde that has the keys at the moment.
Yeah, I would have assumed that.
Clyde isn't currently with you. You can attempt to go and find Clyde, or you can go and...
Lockpicking.
yeah.
I'll just lockpick. When there's
Cast
no Clyde, I'll
guidance
just
on
lockpick.
Minnie.
Okay.
So, what check will that be?
You can choose either lock pickings, which is a dexterity plus your proficiency, if you're proficient in that.
Sorry, I think I rolled the wrong.
Sleight of hand is
plus five.
absolutely fine, yeah. Unfortunately, no, this lock doesn't give to you.
Wait a minute, do
What
I
a
have
D4.
advantage? Oh wait, with the D4. I haven't rolled the D4 yet.
Yeah.
Second. I keep forgetting.
No, unfortunately, a 12 is not enough. As you try, almost, but unfortunately not. This, it's beyond you at the moment.
If you may, I think I'm
Yeah.
well
Get
rested
the key
enough.
first.
I think I'm well rested enough. If you would kindly take a step back.
Okay.
Or two.
We'll do a must. Give me a moment. Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna put my hand on the door. I'm gonna focus, and I'm gonna cast Shatter on the door.
Okay. So this is a good spell against this, having rested up. I'm going to say
I
that...
think it is 2d8.
No, it'll be 3d8, but I think it affects non-magic objects, also takes damage. A creature made of inorganic has disadvantage on saving throws. Yeah, this is going to do a lot. Can you roll 3d8, please?
Of course.
Oh, right. Yeah, you
Oh, you
kind
gotta
of
be
do
kidding
it.
me.
There is a large kind of explosion, sort of thunder damage. The door buckles, the metal twists and grinds, but unfortunately the door does not give in to you.
On. Look, my friend's gonna
And
come back to the.
I'm just gonna pull my hair back, and I'm gonna pull my hair back in, and I'm gonna throw a couple of Eldritch blasts at the door because I'm just
Okay.
pissed off today.
Give me a roll with Eldritch Blast. You don't need to roll to hit. Just give me it'd be a D10 plus 2, I think, with your agonizing blast.
I'm actually doing 2 shots with it, so is that 2d10?
Well, at the moment at your level, you can only do one at a time.
Oh, okay.
So again, you kind of do it.
Oh.
This is very resistant. You take a deep breath and you try again. It's perhaps one of the reasons why you've been unable to sort of get out of here so easily. Give us another
Of
D10
course,
roll. They don't make it easy for people. They are aware that magic
of course
exists.
the mayor would love to do this to me.
Yeah. And again, there's a lot of damage. It's getting to the point now where the door is badly damaged, but also buckled. It's going to be quite awkward to pick the lock now.
I feel like, is that enough rounds for me to have gotten to Clyde?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Clyde, do you still have those keys?
One more time.
Yeah,
I'll do it
sure.
one
There
more
you go.
shot.
Great, thanks. All right, you've got another 3 rounds before I'm getting to you.
Try and bash the door on the other side.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you
6. Birth.
given a lot of noise and a lot of time. I mean, if there's anybody else within this complex now, they are most definitely aware of you all doing damage to the place. The door shatters, gives way, but certainly if anybody was listening out, they have most definitely been alerted to your presence now. But you are free once more, Jorkel.
I've got the key.
Oh, pleasure for that.
Oh, kind of too late
Oh,
for that.
hello
And
there.
he just like blasts his way out. Well, not quite blast. I mean, more like just smashes his way out. That a maze?
Oh,
You injured, Small?
apologies for that. I don't think so. Just a long stay in solitary confinement.
By the way, should we get out of this place quick since, our friend
Well, I would
here kind
assume
of
so.
like,
Yes,
I
we
mean,
should get back to our friends and move on.
come on, follow us.
Oh, no. Okay. I guess
So-
we'll just be heading this way.
As you begin to move on, there was a conversation that was previously had about Maurice Hagen's head.
Oh, as
Sorry.
David walks. Oh, sorry. As David walks by after that, he'll kick the corpse of Morris Hagen for ever thinking of putting the knife to his throat.
So what are your intentions, David?
Oh no! Just as he walked by, he just sort of gave it a kick.
Okay.
Interesting.
I mean, if the rest of the group are up for it, then rather than like using a sword or an axe to chop his head off, he could have a go at medically removing it.
DM. By the way, Can Minnie inspect this particular door next to her? Like, is this explorable?
What are you trying to do?
She wanted to like is the door like locked? This door right next to her right now.
No,
Next to
but there
Clyde?
is Clyde standing in front of it.
I'm gonna ask Clyde. Have you checked what's beyond that door?
Well, there's that witch over there, and some big metal dog came out of it. But I don't think we've actually been in it. Go and have a look. There might be a mirror.
Yeah, I think we should just take a quick look there before we go off, because just in
Uh,
case.
while while that's happening, I turn to this small. Oh, never mind, he's gone. I turn to Vicentis and I go. So, have you guys gone to the office already?
Yes, we went in there.
With, how far is it till there? Yeah, just need to pop my head in for something.
In the office.
Yeah.
It's just here. Don't mind the unconscious woman.
All right. And after being in this office, I'll lift up the carpet and I will take out that hidden chest that they put all my stuff in and just start re-armoring and re-robing. And I will exit the door with my usual attire on. I'm holding a small round shield on my left arm, and I also have a scarf on. Also, Vicentis would be the only one that would have seen where my ears are. He sees two little black points kind of coming out from where they are. So, all right. That's so much better. Much better than those prison guards they had me in.
Yeah, definitely. It's an improvement.
This is our friend Clyde. Clyde, this is Jorko, the man we met in the cells.
Pleasure.
I'll give Peptinus a long-suffering look and say, "Is this another acquaintance of yours?"
I mean, we met.
A mutual acquaintance brought us together. Mutual acquaintance brought us together. So, and I'll just take a seat in this chair. Oh, it feels so good to be out of that room.
The mayor seemed to want him kept in a cell, so we thought it was probably best that he not be.
That's true. It might be because of this. And from my right hand, I will do a little swirl, and a small short sword will appear out of nowhere, and I'll hold it in my hand, and I'll go, he's probably after this. I stole this from him a few years ago. Once he saw me, I think he knew, and I'll toss the blade in the air, and it'll disappear back again. He's probably after that. Nope, you don't catch the blade, it disappears once it goes 5 feet from me.
Oh, nice trick. Wish I can learn that.
Thank you.
Right, I'm going to inspect this room quickly. Anyone wanna follow me?
Sure.
Oh, might as well. Nothing to lose.
I'm gonna use my mage hand to open the door because Minnie is just lazy.
Yes, the door opens.
Can I quiz Peptinus on the current life status of Boyd's boy number 3?
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's okay. I hit him pretty hard with my mace, but I think he'll be okay.
And when you were hitting him pretty hard with your mace, did he see you?
I mean, probably. I did jump across a table at him. I was somewhat head height for a while.
I will throw my arms in the air and head down this corridor.
Okay.
Don't worry, I tied him up.
Right,
and then I'll just peer into this room to make sure that they're okay.
Okay, so we'll cover the room that Belinda came out with first. This is very much her quarters. Do you want to give me investigation rolls?
Please. Oh wait, that includes me as well, right?
No.
Or
It
just-
particularly involves you as you are investigating the room.
Oh well, yay!
I thought we were in the. Wait, we're in the kitchen.
1 second, I need to check.
This most
Do I still
definitely
have the
is not
blast?
the kitchen.
Wait, do I still have
Oh.
the effect of the blast?
Oh.
There isn't a bless on you. Bless does not give you any advantage or anything on skill checks.
Oh wait,
Um,
not the 1d4. I thought
uh,
I got the extra 1d4 just now. What was
only
that for?
when you are guided by somebody, and you haven't been guided in this instance. It's not automatic. It is not every skill check. So with a 10, you look around, pretty much basic quarters. There's a fireplace that is lit, low embers in, giving out little smoke. Chamber is relatively warm and comfortable. Other than that, no, you don't see anything else.
Can I inspect this table? I assume this table is like.
You have inspected the table with your roll. So, nothing in particular, basically.
Okay.
Thing
I
that.
think-
What's
I
this
think
in
the
the
most-
far
Yeah,
top left
we
corner?
missed. Yeah.
What's in this far top left corner? I kind of noticed that. After doing a quick sweep of the room.
Yeah, sort of
thing was-
looking around. This is basic accommodation that obviously Belinda was using as a place to keep separate from the rest of Boyd's boys.
I think the
Minnie's
most
gonna
interesting
approach the
thing
fire.
was probably that mechanical dog, to be honest.
So for the moment, we will switch back to Clyde. Was it you who was checking on the unconscious Boyd's boy 3?
It is indeed, though checking may not be quite the right word.
Okay, so do you want to describe what you are about to do or doing? I don't think
I
there's any.
shall walk over and say, sorry about this, mate, and I will finish him off.
Okay, I mean he's out, unconscious. It is very straightforward to do, and you do indeed just kill him. There was a little bit of conversation in the chat box, just for my own clarity. DeFago, when you have done what you wanted to do, was that with Belinda or was that with Morris?
Oh no. No, it was with Morris.
Morris, okay. Yeah, so
Yes.
just to clarify, you have decapitated him and put his head into your bag.
Making sure that the jaw is intact under Dorvid's guidance.
Okay. As long as you take your time, it's not a problem to be able to do that. So there isn't particularly a role needed. It's a grisly job, but I believe you're a hunter and you skin animals. Slightly different doing it to a humanoid, but it's the same sort of skill set. So you have collected Morris's head with the jawbone intact. Okay. So Belinda is unconscious and bound in the office. Beyond that, I think you've certainly searched this area. You are aware, certainly you, Dorvid, that in this chamber here is a strange creature. And in this chamber here, you saw some eggs, some unusual eggs. Beyond that, though, you think that you have explored this complex completely.
Andy,
Mm-hmm.
on the way out of the room, do I notice the coins on the table? Because if so, I'll fulfill Peptinus's prophecy from last week.
Okay, indeed. Just let me call up the parcel for that. Gambling den. Put it into the party sheet. Well, actually, so there are 29 silver pieces and 21 copper pieces. Are you splitting them with everybody else, or are you just putting them into your pocket?
I
I'll
think we
just
split.
scoop them into my pocket on the way past.
Okay, so 29 silver pieces, just add these to your inventory, and 21 copper pieces. Not a huge amount, but small change for gambling. Okay.
I think off mute. I think David will, if you can get a minute with Peptinus, he'll say some.
Let us not rush this. I'm sure chat can't wait for you to have a minute with Pectinus, so let's enjoy this moment. So are you pulling him to one side, or how are you doing this?
So just say, Peptinus, I appreciate you giving me some help back there with healing. Thank you very much. Sort of give him a pat on the shoulder that sort of stays there for like a couple of seconds longer, so that it's a little bit awkward, and then just sort of
Of course.
and just start to move off again.
You are you're the doctor, but I know a thing or two.
Is anybody actually fooled by this, Andy?
I don't know if you are watching this. Then you can do insight rolls if you think that this is something that you'd want to do.
I'll just assume that David and Pectinus are making out again, and your eyes.
Oh, we won't be doing this in private. It'll sort of be a just like a little bit behind. David won't really be making much eye contact, which is something that doesn't really happen much for him. Usually very direct, but like in times of vulnerability, he's like a bit sort of averts his eyes, sort of thing. Gets a bit shy.
Okay. Very nice scene. How does Pectinus react to this?
I mean, he just smiles and nods to David for now.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. The question is, what are your intentions now? You've got a number of items. You have got ahead of this so-called murderer. You've got Belinda bound and unconscious. You've picked up two other sort of individuals that are off searching a different room. What are your intentions now? Where do you plan to go? You are aware.
Was that to us?
Good question.
It's just a big question. You are aware that shatter creates a large noise together with the eldritch blasts. It is unlikely that it has attracted any attention. This is far removed, unless you are very unlucky with people that are on the surface.
Yes.
Yes, I would imagine that if there was anybody left in here, they would be booking it, as they say, out of this compound and warning every single person in the city. I recommend that we leave immediately, if we may. This is going to be one fun day.
That makes sense. We need to find somewhere.
Also, Andy, can I get the map back up? I accidentally closed it.
Okay, so the way to
I
find your
accidentally
map,
closed the map.
if you open up your character sheet and you see that in the
Yep.
top right hand corner there's a token. If you double click on that,
Mm-hmm.
double left click, it will open up the map for you.
Ooh, how pretty.
Mm.
Thanks. I don't know where the rest of you guys went. Oh, there you are.
Well-
Do you need any help in there, Defago?
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, as Dorvid and Pectinus race past me, I'll say, have we not forgotten the witch?
Well, I was coming in here to talk to you about that, but you know, race
I mean,
past is a strong word.
I guess we should take our leave and go, even with this witch, as you call her. I call her the thing of nightmares, but nonetheless,
Hell yeah. And
Pretty
Defago will
sure we
grab
can
her
carry
under the
her.
I recommend.
shoulders.
Yeah, I'll carry her.
I mean, like
I'll
2
pick her
people
up and
maybe,
throw her over
or
my shoulder.
should be easy enough.
Oh, that's
I'll
a
give
good
my head
point.
a.
Do we need to grab the other guard as well?
If you guys just
Why-
want to throw him into the
Me-
my cell, that would probably confuse him for a while.
But you need to make
And-
sure that he was like tight or something, you know. Oh wait,
I
Clive
doubt he
will
would care unless he
rather
took a good look.
emphatically shake his head.
I'm gonna pick up. I'm
Jackson,
gonna pick
I
up
wouldn't go down there.
Belinda. I'm gonna wave my hand, and she will You'll. I think only Defago would be the only one that would see. She would transform into a large sack as I just waddle out the door and join the other
So,
these
just-
other mercenaries.
Let's
Wait.
just wind back a minute. How are you doing that?
With minor illusion, the cantrip.
Right,
Huh?
so you put her over your shoulder and cast minor illusion. That
But I
is
can see the minor illusion if he's close enough, right? Like I will automatically do a perception check of sort, right?
no, not really. You have to use an action to see through minor illusion. Minor illusion only lasts for a minute, though.
Oh, a minute? Oh. Huh. And then it
Okay.
fades, and I'm like,
Oh, I
oh,
also
that's,
have minor. Wait, I also have
uh,
minor illusion as well. So what if we combine together? Like I just noticed that you were able to do that as well. What if we take turns?
Defago will look puzzled and assume
Okay.
he must make it feel lighter.
okay, and I'll just kind of like shoulder chuck it toward this tabaxi, this cat. There you go. I'll take off down the hallway.
Miss, she's struggling because her strength is actually a 0. Like she's only
Hell
got like 10.
yeah.
So she's like.
Defago makes a
I need
meowing
help
noise.
here.
Defago makes a
Okay,
meowing noise and
fine.
goes to grab the body.
Fine,
Okay.
I'll help.
Defago will
take-
drag the body and simply take it out, following whoever is leaving.
Yep. So there are minor illusions going left, right, and centre. It's kind of over one person's shoulder, past to minute to midnight, and then Defago sort of slowly but surely sort of pulls this body out, and very rapidly you find yourself back at the back end of the estate of the mayor here in Hope. This is where you are. This is the Dredges. They are small townships, not cities. Is it your intention to move into the forests again and rendezvous back with your Fey friend?
I assume so.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Excellent stuff. Are you going to
Watch
try?
out for the bear traps. You should walk where we walk. We've been through this way before.
Yeah, that is a very good
Okay.
point. Are you attempting to cover your tracks as well?
I mean,
I suppose
I
then
guess
we
some
can
of
move
that.
stealthily. If possible, right? We just need to roll
I guess
stealth
I'm
check.
up to you. Is there any thing I have to worry about out here?
Stealth move, like we move
I hear
stealthily.
I hear bad traps. I hear dangerous woods. Should I just follow you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are just getting me out of that.
Yes, come with us for now. We know somewhere safe that we can spend the night.
Thank you.
Oh, that's kind of
Defay-
rare.
DeFago will motion at Clyde and motion at the dragging marks that DeFago is having to leave behind him.
I will point out to everybody else that DeFago is trying to point out that as the only person capable of covering our tracks, he seems to be dragging a body at the moment.
All right, fine. Come here,
Okay.
Mr. DeFago, and I'll grab the body and I'll do like a power lifter pickup and just set her on my shoulder.
Okay. You can easily carry another person, but it does slow you down your movement. Not cripplingly as you move through. DeFago, does it mean that you're going to attempt to cover these tracks up?
Yeah, as best as he can.
Okay. So this is going to be a survival roll.
As best as he can.
Okay, so you do the best you can. That is all you can do. You go deeper into the woods, the snowy pine forests that are very indicative of this area. Yes, Jorkel, you were going to say?
Because of my specific characteristics of my race, would I be able to, if I was the second to last, would I be able to at least try and help with hiding our tracks because of my experience and my racial abilities?
You are trained in survival, so absolutely yes. So giving the aid action, it means that either you yourself can do a roll, or you can give DeFago advantage on his roll.
Roll again, DeFago. You're much better at survivaling than me. I got caught by the mayor.
That's better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Jorkel. Your health means that you're probably not going to be found. So
right now, that's pretty good.
So it's snowing, right? The area.
It's snowy. Yes, you are up in the dredges. It most definitely.
Minnie's gonna shiver a bit because she just she just teleported from somewhere really warm to now somewhere really cold. Oh, great! Just her luck.
Indeed. It is very snowy. Slowly but surely, you know where you are going now, and you very rapidly manage to make it back to this place. You move through the forests to a kind of small, rounded mound where uprooted tree roots. You slowly but surely are guided into what appears to be a small fey house under the ground. And I'm going to share the map with you now. There we go.
Minnie will look very interested with this. Can she try to see the details of the house, because it's the first time she's gonna try to investigate the outer part of the house itself?
From the outside, it doesn't look like a house at all. It looks very much just like a mound, a small pile of roots knotted together. It's incredibly well hidden, but as you kind of go down, it is got sort of leather sort of thongs and furs and kind of fetishes small sort of animal skulls, coloured berries and leaves as decoration.
Interesting. Whose house was this?
You are introduced to Wintergrim. Let me call him up for you.
As we were travelling, I imagine we gave them a bit of an explanation of who Wintergrim is.
Yeah.
At the very least, Peptinus would have stressed that he is focused on manners, like be polite when you meet him, things like that.
Noted.
And I've shared the picture of him for you in chat. A
Thank you.
smallish creature, covered in furs, quite a long, sharp nose, and he is very much. I was worried. You have returned with many more than I expected. It is good that you are safe. I have looked after the woman and the child, as promised. What news do you bring them?
I think David will say to them, sort of quietly to the mother, he's dead.
Who's dead?
Stable master.
Oh, right. So, what does that mean?
Yeah. Still have some. Still have a few leads to follow. But we hope we should be able to clear your name before too long.
Oh, really?
Just need a little bit more time.
Okay. Well, I trust in you, David. I really do. I'm sure that you know what you're doing.
I hope that I can. Hope that your trust is not misplaced.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure it's not. So, what you're going to go to the sheriff and say he confessed, or what is your plans?
He looks over to the rest of the party.
DeFago will mimic. What is your plans? And shake his hands forward.
In his best Fargo voice, Clyde will say, "What are our plans?"
I'm guessing you guys don't have any plans.
Yes, I think that's something we might
What?
need to discuss.
May I suggest something? Like first we take back like, okay, so we have Belinda here, and since like we can try to either interrogate her further first, then we see if we can formulate a plan after that, or you say that we try to bring her to the authorities, because I assume that this is, you say to the mayor directly. I mean, we have like about two options, right? Try to interrogate her first, or we just straight up bring her to the mayor. Although of course I'm not like not fully in the know about all of this, but if I were you guys, I would just go for a bit of information digging first.
No. And he then mimics Belinda. Do you know who I am? And makes a gesture towards her.
No idea. I mean, is she actually that important? I mean, does she have like any particular connections that like dissuade us from like trying to question her further?
Well, the
Well, she was
mayor.
able to turn me
Thinking
over, so
Yes, she is connected.
if you want to say that she has power, take a look. very much. Somehow, when I first snuck away from the mayor, I was able to evade her. However, I had to take a detour, and it kind of got me picked up by her. It's bought me a few years, but still. You were planning on beating her. You better have a good plan. Otherwise, this is going to be a very quick meeting.
Well, this is a perplexing thing.
Oh, it's a crime.
I mean, sooner or later we have to either dispose of her somehow because she, once she really wakes up, then, well, I mean, we will not be safe. So we have to, so either we dispose of her or we,
Once again.
Yes. I'm going to make some more nuts for everybody.
Oh, thank you.
Did you
could help us?
Did you like them last time? Were they good for you?
Hell yeah.
To be honest, I haven't eaten one yet.
Oh, right. That's good.
The Defago will show his pretty much almost completely healed gashes and give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, it is good. Well, you all look like you could do with at least a rest. This woman, she is a bad person, yes?
I believe so,
Yes, very
considering.
much so.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yes. Very much.
I'm sorry we had to bring her here.
I do not give her hospitality. It is important she knows that. No bad people. I do not like bad people.
I'm just gonna retract my pupils and just have that very concerned, reserved look as I look at this as I look at Mr. Wintergrim. Noted. Well, if we are in the market of getting information, there is somebody I could think of. I did have connections before I was forced to flee with my family. One of them was a man named Victor Vile. My father and he had made some very successful and profitable arrangements and transports throughout the city. Perhaps I could maybe see if he's available, see what he could do to help us. I haven't spoken to him in many years. And he's probably being under watch by the mayor because of his actions.
Be nearby? Nearby,
Oh, sorry. Was lost in thought.
No, that's quite alright. Is your father nearby?
Fortunately, it still looks like that time in the underground hasn't really helped me out. And I might need some time to rest.
Yes, Wintergrim, I don't suppose you have anything that we could give to this woman to ensure she sleeps through the night?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
It is probably best that I brew something up. There's no hospitality for her. No hospitality. I don't like bad people. I don't like... Are you bad people?
Well.
Are you?
No.
Are you sure?
Oh, of course we are, my friend. If we were, we wouldn't have come to you for your grand aid and your hospitality.
I like your words. Your words remind me of honey and silver.
Wow.
But
that does bring a smile to my face.
Sometimes...
And I'll hold the side of my arm.
Sometimes people cut themselves on silver and honey can make them really sick. Tell me, if you're not a bad person, what is the worst thing you have ever done?
I'll kind of stop and give him a dead-eye stare, and I'll quietly say, "It's not every day that you hear a village that helped you burn with the cries of those that could not be saved because of what you did, for what others blamed them for." And I'll kind of just recoil into myself and just pull the scarf up over my face to hide my face as I do that.
Ah, penance, yes. And what of you? What of you, he says, looking at you, Minnie. Are you a bad person? What is the worst thing you have ever done?
It's a bit subjective, but I would say like this: like, I'm not a bad person, but I am not a good person either. I am
That
somebody in
is
the middle.
not the question. The question is plain and simple. What is the
Nope.
worst thing you have ever done?
Worst thing I've ever done was, trick a certain someone that is like an evil person into getting themselves captured. I mean, the worst was because I like that person trusted me, but I kind of like in the end I turned that. But that is it's in the end it's somewhat for the good, because that person was a terrible, like, they had it coming, and there no one want to stand up to that particular person. So I felt like
Betrayal
it's
is
like
the worst
justice.
thing you have done then? Betrayal, is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
I'll
Ah.
kind of give Minnie a side eye as she says that, but I won't say anything.
Wow. Tonight you will both dream of the worst things that you have done. I have spoken. You wish to stay here? You will dream of your bad deeds, and they will be gone by the morning. I have spoken. And
Just
he
the price.
kind
I
of
accept.
turns and sort of begins to start brewing some things.
I'm just gonna take the body of that woman we brought, and I'm just gonna take her outside. And, well, I'm gonna make sure that she doesn't have a chance to flee in the night.
Okay, so you see Jork will kind of leave with Belinda.
I'm just gonna make sure she doesn't leave as I close the door.
DeFago will head out because it's cold out there, and he's not entirely sure what this new person is going to do with her.
So you follow Jorgal out.
Clyde will also follow DeFago, very aware that if she stays outside all night, she'll be dead by morning.
Okay.
As you guys exit, you just see Jorkal just stomping on her legs, and you can't see his face, but you can feel anger just exuding from him as he hits it again and again and again.
DeFago launches himself at you to push you off.
Okay. So this
I'm gonna
is
turn around and I'm gonna cast Charm Person, and I'm gonna go, "Oh, don't be too hasty."
well.
I think first we enter initiative.
Yes. So there is sort of an order to this. Belinda is still there. So if everybody wants to give me initiative rolls, please.
Wait, initiative? Are we bashing someone?
So you
Including
fight.
us inside? Or?
Yeah, because you need to know when you're going to react.
Sure.
15.
So yeah, Jorkal, you need to actually, if you go to your main character sheet, you double click on your. That's it.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh,
So
never mind. 7.
So, David, you're unaware of stuff at the moment. Belinda is unconscious, and DeFago. So, you're attempting to push him off. Is that correct?
So let's just get this right. She's on the floor, and he is stamping up and down on her legs.
Sounded very much like what he said.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be rubbish because he's got really low strength, but he's not going to actually shoot him. But yeah, he will go and sort of push him to make
Okay.
clear that it's not standing for that.
Okay, but you're trying to push him off?
Yeah, as best he can.
Okay, so yeah, this is strength athletics. So give me a strength athletics roll, please. Okay, so 13. Jorkul, if you want to resist being pushed off, you can choose either strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics. Okay, yeah, so you try to push him, and I'm assuming, Jorkul, you are resisting?
Yes.
Okay, so nothing happens.
No, no, he says in your face.
But
Wintergrim sort of hears something, put the bowls down, begins to turn and look at the door. Minnie, do you want to give me a perception roll, please?
Yes. 1 second. My favorite roll.
Okay, you hear DeFago shouting, no, 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 outside.
Hearing that, she panics and she's going to immediately rush outside.
Okay, so outside
so
is
actually-
this way.
Okay, this way.
So
Right.
outside you can see Jorkul sort of stamping on the legs of Belinda and DeFago, trying to push him off.
I'm gonna rush to Jorkul like, oh, okay, stop it, please stop it. Like, I'm gonna try to restrain him. Although I would say that it's like very futile,
Well,
considering I'm weak in strength.
okay, so give me a strength athletics.
Athletics check. Let's see, right? It's going to be a straight roll. Oh well.
Okay, and once again, Jorkul, give me a... Yeah, so you try to push him off as well, and unfortunately not. Then we move to Clyde.
Clyde will extrude a psychic blade from one of his hands and shout, "Step away from the woman, stranger, or we're going to have a problem." And then as a bonus action, I'll give him a telekinetic shove.
Okay. So, I think that is a strength saving throw, is it not?
Yes, with a DC of 12.
Yeah, you should be able to target him if you've got it set up.
I can't work out how to set it up. It's in my list.
Okay. So, that's fine. So, strength save, DC 12. So, Jorkul, yeah. Strength save, unfortunately not. And that moves him, how much?
5 feet away.
Okay, so you are pushed off as you see Clyde summon a psychic blade. Then we move to Peptinus.
I assume I'm aware of what's going on.
Now, yeah, Minnie has run out, so you are totally aware.
Okay, Pectinus has just started taking things out of his bag and looks up and goes, I mean, it seems to be... That's a lot of ruckus for just tying someone up. Maybe I should... Which way is out on the map?
It's where DeFago is, basically. There's only sort of one entrance and exit, so it's just sort of that way there, basically. So you'd have to.
Okay, I don't.
But you can easily get outside. It's
Well,
it's not.
actually just about get out there.
Yeah, it's not the biggest of the biggest of burrows basically. You can see that Clyde has summoned a psychic blade. That Defago and Minnie are kind of trying to push Jorkel. Give us a perception roll.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can't really see the broken legs of Belinda at the moment, but you can see that there's some kind of problem developing here. But
I'll simply say, what's going on?
He tried to
And
cross her
that'll be
legs.
my turn.
yeah, and then we move to Jorkel.
After getting shoved, I'm going to just spin around, and in my right hand, you see that blade get reformed piece by piece. And I'm just going to point it, not at any of them, but at the body while looking at them. Do you know what she did to me? Do you know what she did? I had to spend weeks with her, torturing me every day for information. Every day. And you'll see my hair begin to slide back as two black horns are shown. Every day she tried to cut my horns. Every day she made me tortured, showed me what death means, all so she could get information. 4.5 weeks of this. And when the mayor came by, oh, it was a show for him. I'm just gonna I'm gonna rip off my scarf, and I'm gonna pull down my left jacket side to show 3 ginormous slash marks across my chest. Do you really think I wouldn't stand here while she lives? It's bad enough what she does already. But I found another one of my people when she brought me here. They did not live past a week. I think broken legs are more than generous for her. And I'm just gonna dead stare all 4 of them.
Okay, perfect. So we'll move to David, as you've not had chance to act as yet. You could hear that clearly from inside.
Jorkel, I understand your pain. Understand your pain. You will pay. Okay. She will pay. She's a nasty piece of work, but I guarantee you, she will pay. For the minutes, we need her to clear the name of an innocent woman and a child. After that, do what you will with her. But please, calm down.
The sword disappears.
Thank you.
Cut a
And I just
dog's
turn away from the
legs.
group.
He ain't going to be able to walk.
Ash,
I think that's the
it's
least of
only
her
a fracture.
problems.
Okay. Yeah. It's only a fracture. She can walk it off.
Okay. So it seems, unless anybody wants to push this further, that we are now out of initiative again. So,
Defago will drag her back in,
okay.
unless anyone tries to stop him.
She's still tight, right? Her hands and
She's still
tight,
bound,
right?
yes. She is still bound.
I'm just gonna head over and sit under the tree.
Okay.
And just lie there.
Well, the only good
Just
thing I see from this is that
just
she
lie
won't be
there.
able to easily run away now unless she has a way to, like, I don't know, vanish or teleport like me. Okay, and just so you guys know, I don't know how to do that teleport, okay? I don't know how I did that. Can't even do it, actually. Don't know how.
When I get back inside, I'll say, and as a side to DeFargo, gotta love the cleric's new friends.
Oh yeah.
So you guys know,
Pectinus
I'm
will,
not like that. I don't
Pectinus
give
will
in to
go over
rage.
to Jorkel briefly,
Yep.
and he'll just say, I understand that you've been hurt, but this is Wintergrim's home, and we should try to avoid bringing violence into it without cause. Once we've left here, we can do what is necessary. But don't bring darkness here if you don't have to, please.
You should have told me that before we came here. And I'll pop the sword out. And I'll just stick it in the ground in front of me. This is why I think she wants me. The real reason. I told you this blade was special, didn't I? Well, let's just say that the guy I stole it from, he wasn't too pleased when he saw it missing. I know the mayor would love to have this blade back in his personal armory. What a pain, though. It also turns out to be possessed by something. Don't know what it is, and to be honest, don't care. And I'll throw the blade up and it'll just vanish as it hits my hand.
I think David will reach into his pocket and pull out a hip flask. Or move his hat up and take a swig and then offer it to Jorkel.
Minnie will approach Jorkel while
Thanks.
he's like there. Jorkel, you know what? I
I'll hand
mean,
the flask back.
look, just be patient, all right? I mean, once we're like done, I mean, look, once they're done with their business, you know, the whole innocent woman thing, like when technically she's all yours. So just hang on in there, like, you know, just give them a bit of chance. Besides, she's more useful alive now, you know, so that we can still get information out of her. But anyway, thanks for, like, you know,
Fine.
making sure that she can't easily escape.
Yeah. And at this point, I get up, I kind of brush the snow and grass off me, and I throw the scarf back on, and I go, I guess I better go apologize to Wintergrim. This probably isn't the first thing he wants for the evening.
Personally, I don't think Wintergrim likes me or Jorkel. It's
Of
obvious
course
we
not.
got like very dark histories.
Of course not.
I mean,
Hey, we're told in all of them combined. Of course they won't like us at first.
I suppose Wintergrim also subject you to that dream thingy, because I feel like, you know, like this is more like a purgatory thingy of sort, you know, like we have to face our sins and such.
Sins. What a funny word that is.
Wintergrim makes wonderful stew. I'll head back
I
inside.
think that'd be the only thing that'd help me right now. Wintergrim, if I may ask for a moment of your time.
Time. I have much time. My nature is fey and we are long-lived.
Apologize for that little scene I made outside. I had to get that off my chest. Sometimes I just don't know why people like them sit at the top, and all they do is just burn the people at the bottom.
It is many the way. Bad people do bad things, and They lord it over the not so bad people. But you do bad things, you become like them, and that darkness consumes, and you do not stop them, you become them, and then you are the bad person atop the pile. Careful you do not turn into what you fight.
I guess that is wise words from one as old and wise as you. I shall make sure to keep that in my records for next time.
Now,
I'll just give him a nice warm smile.
drink this. Dreams you will have, bad dreams. But by morning they will be gone, and you will be better for it.
That's the first time I've heard in a few while that somebody said that. Thank you for your help. And I'll take the bowl of stew and I'll just, in one gulp, just down it.
And you, the betrayer,
Yes.
you drink too. Yes.
I suppose. I mean, it's small price to pay, I guess.
Small
then again,
price you do not
there are-
wish to put behind your bad deed. You wish to remember it.
Yes, and also, but then again, it does remind me that like I need to have a strong code and such. Like like it's like you are like I'm walking this fine line between the good and the bad, and like sometimes like good deeds like they don't come easily. Sometimes like sometimes the means have to justify the ends and such. I mean, such is the world. I mean, that's how I was raised. I mean, not exactly raised, but that's how I was trained and such.
You were
You
trained.
probably
Who trained you? Who trained you in these ways?
there is very powerful organization of sorts. Kind of like they pretty much like raised me from young, so that's like they really influenced me that way. So
I
it's kind of like
hear
how I was brought up.
lots of words, but no answer. Once again, I said who?
Well, there was this one lady. I mean, because you see, I kind of like change mentors for like every few years, and so that's how they do the trainings, to make sure that we don't get attached to them.
So you must
But
have many names to tell me then.
perhaps that's a story for another time. But well, I'm just starving. Can I? I'll have the stew now.
Yes, have the stew and dream. I look forward to you dreaming tonight. And he smiles.
Well, Minnie's
It's
gonna
going
carefully
to.
take the stew and try to enjoy the stew because she always appreciates good food no matter where it is.
Okay. And with that, you settle down, and it's surprisingly warm in this small burrow. Surprisingly, away from the harsh elements outside, the cold, the frost, the snow. You eat and you drink, and you begin to start a long rest.
Before we do, Andy,
Yes.
With nightmares.
David would ask Instagram in Sylvan. Instagram, you communicate with the dead.
Why would I do such a thing?
That doesn't answer my question, can you?
No. Why would I do such a thing? That is
I was wondering,
necromancy.
talking to them.
Yes. I'm talking to a
I just
spirit
mean
that has
like,
passed.
okay, fair enough.
I speak to things that live, the trees, the winds, the breeze, the streams, the animals, not dead
That
things.
can be that can be learned from the dead to avoid their mistakes.
No, I will not have necromantic magics here. Things that have passed have passed. If you missed your opportunities, they should be left. Anyway, rest. Rest. Sleep one and all. You will be safe here. You will be safe here. I give you my hospitality. And that is where we will leave it till next session. The good news is that you have managed to obtain a long rest. So you can level up to that level 3. And we will take it
Reckoning
with
time.
you. We will take it from you waking up after the long rest for the next session. I want to say a big thank you to our players and a big thank you to everybody that stood with us in chat. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we will be back in about 2 weeks' time. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. We will catch you all very soon.